Ukrainian forces continue to repel Russian ground assaults in Russia's Kursk Oblast. Ukrainian forces launched a large-scale operation in Kursk Oblast in early August, allegedly capturing up to 1,300 square kilometers of Russian soil. Since then, Russia has deployed reinforcements, including North Korean soldiers, in the area and reportedly retook around half of the lost territory. On January 5, Ukraine launched renewed offensive operations in the Russian region. Russia is also using North Korean soldiers to evacuate Ukrainian troops from Kursk. The pro-Ukraine information platform Pulse of Ukraine said that recently, North Korean troops tried to use a narrow forest corridor hoping to outmaneuver Ukrainian defenses and launch an assault on Kruglenkoe. Instead, they found themselves trapped in a deadly funnel as Ukrainian fighters unleashed automatic grenade launchers and drone strikes, annihilating the closely packed assault force before they could even reach their objective. Ukrainian millbloggers reported a second series of battles in the Kursk sector, carried out by North Korean troops deployed to the south of Pogrebniki, near the village Kruglenkoe from January 6 to 8. Kiev Post reports that multiple per video published by Ukraine's 17th Tank Brigade and geolocated by the military information site Deep State, between 1 and 300 North Korean infantrymen attempted a night infiltration via a tree line into Ukrainian fortifications around the village but were spotted by drones and taken under fire with mortars, grenade-dropping drones, heavy machine guns, and automatic grenade launchers. Soldiers of the 22nd Separate Mechanized Brigade drove out North Korean soldiers who fought on the side of Russia from the village of Mykolaiivka in the Kursk region. The outskirts of the enemy-occupied settlement were secured by the 1st Mechanized Battalion of the brigade and allied units. Ukrainian drones observed the defenders' actions, assisting in correcting their efforts. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine recently reported that Russia has lost a total of over 38,000 servicemen in the Kursk operation, which was launched on August 6, 2024, including about 15,000 killed. As a result of this operation, for the first time in 11 years of war, hostilities were transferred to the territory of Russia. The purpose of the operation in the Kursk region was to prevent the Russian invaders from advancing in the Sumy region and to create a so-called buffer zone.
During the last strike on the Saratov region, a military facility of strategic importance was hit, which may lead to a decrease in the activity of the Tu-160. This is reported by Defense Express. The fact is that these bombers use a rather specific high-density fuel of the T-8V brand, which is not produced at every oil refinery. In the Soviet Union, high-density fuels were produced only at petrochemical plants in Angara and Orsk. There is no open access data on production in the modern Russian Federation. Thus, if it was possible to hit the tanks where T-8V fuel for the Tu-160 was stored, this could, to a certain extent, land these machines and reduce the activity of their use by the enemy, writes Defense Express. It is important to note that Russia has not used the Tu-160 for strikes on Ukraine very often. The last such case was recorded in November. At the same time, the more widely produced Russian bomber Tu-95MS uses regular aviation fuel. Recall a series of explosions occurred near the city of Engels in the Saratov region on the night of the 8th of January amid an aerial attack using drones. After that, a heavy fire broke out, probably at an oil depot. According to the representative of the authorities of this Russian region, there was a UAV threat to the region. Air defense forces and means were working in the region. Later, the Saratov governor said the drones were allegedly shot down. There is a hit by debris at an industrial facility in Engels. Fire crews and emergency services are working on the site, the Russian official said in a post. Meanwhile, the shot Telegram channel wrote about 5 to 12 strong explosions that were heard by residents of Engels. However, later there was a clarification on the channel that there were about 40 explosions. Also, Russian media report about the glow from the fire, and the MASH Telegram channel released a video of the drone flying towards Engels. According to its data, a fire started in the area of the oil depot because of the debris. The Exilenova Plus channel also reports about the burning oil facility in Engels, along with the publication of shots from the city. In addition, a number of photos and videos about the night explosions were shared on the network. The Russian side also did not report any possible casualties amid the drone attack and air defense work in Engels. The armed forces of Ukraine will not go to seize the Kursk nuclear power plant, the former deputy platoon commander of the Aidar battalion of Ukraine, military analyst Yevgeny Diki, is sure. He said this on air at Kiev 24, answering the question whether the armed forces of Ukraine have a goal to seize the nuclear power plant in the city of Kurchatov in the Kursk region. It is important for us to tie up their forces and demonstrate that they are not capable of throwing us out, even from their territory. This is a very important and fundamental point. The nuclear power plant is definitely not in our way. We do not want such responsibility when, for example, they retreat and blow it up and then blame it on us. I am absolutely sure that the city of Kurchatov is the only place where we definitely do not plan to go, said Diki. He noted that he had absolutely no doubt about the advisability of the Kursk operation. I believe that the Kursk operation, both the August one and the current continuation, is in fact our greatest military success over the past year. After we liberated the Kharkiv and Kherson regions in the fall of 2022, it became our most successful action. Its direct military significance is also very important, but first and foremost, its significance is political, Diki noted. He explained that the Kursk operation completely nullifies the myth of the invincibility of the Russian army. Now they have somehow gathered 60,000 soldiers there, but since August, that is, for 6 months, they have not been able to throw us out of their own territory. The Western press leaked the figure of how many Ukrainian defenders fought there before our January offensive, 10,000. So 10,000 for 5 months successfully tied up 60,000 there, and also counting the Koreans, that is 70,000 in total. And they successfully tied up and did not allow themselves to be withdrawn from there and neutralize them in significant numbers. And then suddenly, oops, they went on the offensive again. In fact, all these are very indicative things. This is generally about whether Russia is victorious or invincible, Diki commented. He noted that the Kremlin's information troops work much better than the Russian military, and that the inflating of the myth of their invincibility is a very important component of their potential victory in this war. And the Kursk operation simply nullifies this myth, said Diki. The expert noted that before our offensive on the Kursk region in August 2024, the Russians simply did not imagine that we could cross their border. But now they again did not expect our offensive. This is about the quality of their army management, noted Diki. And according to him, it is absolutely incorrect to calculate how much territory we control in Kursk region and how much they control, because this is a maneuver war and not a trench war with clear lines. There is no continuous control of territories there. There are huge grey zones. There are separate fortified areas, strongholds, and between them, there are large spaces. It is precisely because the war there is maneuvering and not trench that 10,000 of our fighters could tie up 60,000 orcs. In such a maneuver war, the quality of both the fighters and the command weighs much more than their arithmetic quantity, the military man said. According to him, currently in the Kursk region, by and large, 80% of the territory is a grey zone.